Her take in illegal immigration world as Immigration and Customs Enforcement is allowed to do the job they were tasked to do by congressional legislation. Immigration raids are sweeping up more people who aren't targets. More undocumented immigrants are being swept up in immigration raids targeting their friends, neighbors and coworkers. Under the Trump administration's new enforcement priorities, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents are instructed to detain and deport anyone who is in the country illegally, which means even so-called non-targets may end up in custody after a raid. The biggest change is under the previous administration, there were a lot of individuals that were not considered amenable to arrest that now, since the change in administration, our director has said there are not going to be any classes or categories of removable aliens that are exempt, says ICE spokeswoman Danielle Bennett. In a 4-day operation at the end of July, ICE arrested 650 people. Of those, 457 weren't targets of the raid. In other words, a full 70% of the immigrants swept up in this operation were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, if law enforcement was engaged in an operation to get drunk drivers, should they let the ones who are speeding, running red lights, and driving like morons because they're looking at their smartphones go? Just ignore them at the base level? They are all unlawfully present in the United States. They're trespassing. The same liberals, like Time writer Tessa Berenson, would call the police if people were squatting in their backyard. Andrew Nieder, an immigration lawyer based in San Diego, said that under the Obama administration, many of these people would have never ended up in deportation proceedings because they weren't seen as a priority. The focus then was on people who had aggravated felony convictions or who were recidivists. That's changed. Interestingly, these same criminals are protected by sanctuary jurisdictions in practice, in contradiction to the talking points. Regardless, if an illegal alien is caught in sweeps, so be it. They should have thought about the consequences of their actions. You look at the freakout over a mom deported for changing lanes. Well, get this, she had already been deported once, and came back. That's a felony. Recidivism. So far, the get tough approach is working. Fox News deportation orders have jumped 31% this year compared to last year, according to numbers released by the Justice Department. The numbers, released Tuesday, are an indication President Trump is carrying out his pledge to get tough on illegal immigrants. John Hawkins' book 101 Things All Young Adults Should Know is filled with lessons that newly minted adults need in order to get the most out of life. Gleaned from a lifetime of trial, error, and writing it down, Hawkins provides advice everyone can benefit from in short, digestible chapters. By now, from February 1st to the end of July, there were 57,069 illegal immigrants who were either deported or left voluntarily. That's a 31% increase from the same time period last year, when there were 43,595 deportations or self-deportations. Couple this with the reduction in border crossings, and things are working quite well. It would be interesting to know the numbers when it comes to people overstaying visas. Crossed at Pirates Cove. Follow me on Twitter at WilliamTeach.